Well, good morning, everyone. My name is MightyStream. Today is October the 16th. I'm going to do your spiritual principle a day in a meditation for you. I'm brought to you by Hope Through Navigation, and this is our Hood Recovery Services. You can reach me at recoveryofhope21@gmail.com. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. I hope you're having a beautiful morning. Let's go ahead and get into the meditation. I'm looking forward to it. Okay, what do we have here? Okay, October 16th, honesty versus denial's fancy footwork. When we fully concede to our innermost selves that we are powerless over our addiction, we have taken a big step in our recovery. Basic text, chapter 5, What Can I Do? One member shared their favorite NA metaphor. Fighting our addiction without recovery is like entering the ring with a boxing world champion. We think we can get in just one good punch, but repeatedly we're pummeled to the ground. After many tries, we finally concede that the disease will eventually knock our lights out permanently. Admitting powerlessness is the first of many strategies we'll need to fight it. It didn't matter how practiced we were in our fancy footwork of denial, no matter our clever cunning, our brute strength, or our fearlessness in the face of danger. We did not succeed in managing our drug use. We lost that fight and came to NA cut, bruised, and beaten down. Admitting I am an addict the first time and many times thereafter is a big step. But to fully concede our powerlessness, we go deeper than that honest admission. Our first approach to step one shows the value of getting honest. Honesty loosens our grip on denial and unlocks surrender. In time, the same line of attack will help us examine other areas of our lives. As we work the steps, we discover more truths about our innermost self. Other members help us make sense of what we find, and eventually we're able to help others do the same. The member continued with their metaphor. The recovery process involves struggle, strategy, and triumph. Striving for complete honesty and ongoing surrender, we have a fighting chance. But we never fully retire from the ring. Years on, we'll struggle with new or old areas of our lives where our nemesis of denial rears up again. We get in the ring and bam, we get hit with a lights out combo of relationships, sex, or other compulsive behavior. Confronting our denial about these issues, surrendering and admitting powerlessness in these arenas, and doing the necessary work furthers our progress in recovery to stay clean. We have to. I don't need to get back in the ring with the champ or suffer denial's low blows to know there's still work to do. With the steps as my strategy, I won't be beat down. Let's take a moment of silence followed by the we version of the Serenity Prayer, please. Moment of silence now. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. just for today, please and thank you. I am smiling ear to ear, trying to say that serenity prayer. Man, this meditation, I'm telling you something. This meditation is exciting to me. It is exciting to me. Honesty versus denial's fancy footwork. So when we come into the program, we admit that we're powerless over our disease of addiction. And as this member was saying, using our act of addiction was like getting in the ring with Mike Tyson or with a champ, right? In a boxing match. And man, we kept trying to figure out, if I jab, if I kind of do a little fancy footwork, spin them out, throw them up against the ropes, right? If we kind of were shooting all of these moves with the disease of addiction, thinking that we could win, in actuality, we were always outpowered. It didn't matter what we were going to do. You couldn't bite the ear off of the champ and still win. No, no, no. You couldn't do anything slick. You couldn't shoot a move. Everything that you tried to do that looked like it had potential caused you to be disqualified and thrown out the ring. There's no way we can win against the disease of addiction. And the disease of addiction is so slick. It's like a shapeshifter off of Star Trek, like Odo. It changes the way that it comes at you. So just when you think you have this particular strategy down pat, the disease of addiction will throw something else at you. It will throw your closest relatives, your closest friends, whoever it is that can hurt you the most. The disease of addiction will work itself against you and tell you even they don't love you. Go use some more. See? You was thinking about getting clean, but look at that. They don't even care about you. They won't even let you in the house to take a shower. Yeah, you need to keep getting high. The disease of addiction will play you over and over and over and over again. We didn't win. We admitted that we were powerless. We surrendered. Once we make this admittance, this honesty, it starts to open up other doors for us. But it's just the first time that you're going to do it. You're going to do it again and again. I did. You're going to have to do it again and again and again. My first failed marriage, I had to admit that I was still powerless over some behaviors, and my behaviors were not acceptable for a marriage. I had to cut him loose so that he could be free. Because I was damaging a very sweet spirit. And I could not see myself continuing on. I had to have another level of honesty. After I had stopped using, I was still caught up in the lifestyle. And so I had to make another admittance. You'll do this over and over. I guarantee you. I guarantee you. They said the only step you got to get perfectly right is the first one. And I don't even believe you got to get it perfectly right, but you definitely have to have an understanding that surrendering is not losing, it's winning. Have you ever seen someone in a boxing match take a knee? Like they got a liver shot, or they almost got their block knocked off, and they know they can take a knee. They can take an 8 count intentionally. And that gives them enough time to let the fog disappear. And hopefully they can get back up on their feet and do some fancy work and get out of the way of this champ, right? Hopefully. I've seen people take a knee, take the 8 count, and win the fight. I've seen people do that. I've seen boxers actually do that. It was not looking good. But because they knew that there was something they could do called surrender, take a knee, get your breath, stay out the way, get through that round, and come back strong and win the fight. And the fight in this case is our lives, win our lives back just by taking a knee to the disease of addiction and saying, I can't take that blow. That's too much. Let me take a knee. I surrender. I meant that I'm powerless over you. And as you begin to come to yourself, and as you begin to regather yourself and rediscover yourself, you can stand back up in the ring of life and come out victorious. Because now you know what to do and what not to do, and you've learned your weaknesses and your strengths. And you develop your weaknesses and you play into your strengths. And it moves you further on down the road, this humility and forgiveness and unconditional love and surrender and honesty. And there's so many beautiful spiritual principles now, right? A boxer has to learn how to use their body weight and lean back and forth, and how to dip down and come back up on the other side, and be able to throw the jab and have a combination when they need it. A boxer has to be able to do many different things, and their boxing intelligence, their IQ for boxing has to be very high. And you have some boxers that if they hit you, if they get that one good punch, you're going to sleep. But they also need to know how to move their head out the way and how to dance around and do the switcheroo, right? They need to know how to do some things in there. Their IQ for boxing has to be high. When Anthony Joshua lost to Andy Ruiz, Andy Ruiz was not supposed to be fighting. He took the fight. But Anthony Joshua, although his boxing IQ is pretty high, he's very orthodox in his fighting. But he's got one little problem. He doesn't know how to move his head around. And because of his inability to do that, he got dazed. He got dazed. Right? Even in the beginning, if you remember, Andy Ruiz in the first round, he hit the ground immediately. I almost watching it thought he was going to break his wrist the way he used his hands to hold his upper body up. And he's a pretty heavy dude. And he was able to jump back up. He jumped back up immediately. And he took all those belts from Anthony Joshua. He didn't keep them, but he beat the champ. He got a quick wake-up call, and he figured out what he needed to do real quick. His boxing intelligence was actually greater than Anthony's in that fight. And we need to be like that. We might get knocked down a few times, but we got to get back up. We don't have time. We don't have time to sit down. I mean, if you have your awareness, right, your senses, get back up and get back up quick. But if you take a gut shot, a liver shot, and you need to take a knee, your intelligence for recovery should tell you, I need to surrender. Take this knee and get a breath and come back at it. You got to know what the tool is that you need to use and when you need to use it in order to work this recovery. Honesty is the antidote to disease thinking. That's what our basic text tells us. So when we become honest in the first step and we admit that we're powerless, you can best believe that's just the start. You need to become friends with honesty, open-mindedness, and willingness, because truly that's the how of the program. My name is Mighty Stream. I've enjoyed talking boxing with you. I'm just joking. I've enjoyed talking recovery with you today. And I know that today is going to just be a powerful, beautiful day for you. Let's go forward and take the day and have a beautiful day on purpose. I'll be talking to you tomorrow.